Hello everyone, it's the 4th of June today. I hope you're doing well. I just thought I'd upload another video to encourage us and to help us to stay focused at this time, because it's a tricky time to stay focused and to and to keep moving through when so much is uncertain. So this is kind of an update type thing, really, and I'm going to cover three areas in this. One is just a kind of little bit about how I think we might manage the response to the lifting of restrictions, and what it seems like everyone's calling the kind of getting coronavirus ready. I'll just talk a little bit about that. Secondly, touch on the P-pods and Bible discovery groups again, and also a tiny bit about what I think is happening at the moment for us, for Christchurch, for the network. How we're going to go about the response to the lifting of these restrictions, and as you're observing, things are loosening all around us. That has its own challenges, because of course there are risks, because we still do not have real control of this virus, and we know that that around us people are still getting sick. So it's got to be gradual, it's got to be small steps. We're beginning to have some discussions in various different forums about what it might look like, and what we might need to do. So it really is like that at the moment. It's about small steps, thinking some things through, listening to the guidance that's given, and the Church of England in relation to the government is discussing things and then releasing guidance to the churches across the nation. Just I think bear with it. It's got to be slow, small steps. Because of the risk, especially given that larger gatherings are a very significant risk to spreading the virus. The encouragement I'd give to you is that in the Gospels I see Jesus doing so much with small groups of people, and doing so much in just walking with people. Things happen on the road, and it encourages me that actually meeting up with someone for a walk, or to sit in a park together, or to sit at opposite ends of a bench in the Christchurch Gardens, or those sorts of things. That could be, that probably will be where Jesus comes alongside us. And so I'd really encourage you to think about who you're walking with, who you're going to sit with outside, of course, and at the right distance, how it is you're going to keep engaging like that. Secondly, it's really great hearing from people about starting their P-pods and kind of gathering people for Bible discovery groups. I think that's great. I keep hearing people talking about it and setting things up. And that's another way. You see, you can do that in so many different ways. You can do it via WhatsApp calls. You can do it by having your phones on speakerphone. You can do it by Zoom and those kinds of things. You can even do it by, in good weather, by meeting outside and at a distance from each other. So there are great opportunities with this. to engage. And I do encourage you to keep thinking about that. Look at the videos on the YouTube channel that put up about these kind of things. Join in, see what possibilities there are. And please tell the office, so office@ccbn.org.uk, if you have started a group and who is in it. It would be really helpful for us to have that information, just to be able to kind of track what's going on, and to be able to encourage things along. So please contact the office if you've started one of these groups, and just give us the names. You don't need to give a great deal more detail than that, but we'd love to hear from you. And please also tell us in the office via that email address, or in other ways, I suppose, if you are a P looking for a pod. If you're still on the journey of trying to find out how to connect in this way. Remember, it's all about being intentional in finding people and places of discipleship. And that is going to look different and take all sorts of different forms. But one of the forms it will take is Bible discovery groups. And this is a massive, massive opportunity for us to grow in our engagement with the Bible together, and our connection with each other through that, and to be able to listen to God together. So do take advantage of that, and do tell us, please, if you have started a group of one sort or another. Finally, thirdly, what's happening? Well, I've been trying to kind of be really, really as open as possible about how precarious things are with our finances. We're not the only ones by any means. Of course, the coronavirus has caused an economic challenge to businesses, to charities, to churches, which churches are also, of course, charities, across the country. The effects are profound, and the challenges of going from being in a situation where you have a certain amount of money coming in, and you know that coming in, and then it stops. That is quite an extraordinary thing, and there are no parallels with that. There are no, none of us can think back to a time when quite that has happened. So it's precarious, and very, very challenging. I'm really, really grateful, and I can speak on behalf of the PCC here and the PCC of Bessingby as well, and the finance team. Just really grateful for the consistency and the generosity of giving. It's good to see. It's good to see the adaptability of the people who belong to the Christchurch network, who have found different ways of giving, who adapted to the challenges and said, no, I'm going to continue to bless what it is that I see the Lord doing, and what it is that I believe I belong to, and I'm part of. And I think that's really wonderful. So thank you so much. Do consider these things. Do pray. Do ask the Lord for His guidance, and do also ask the Lord for His guidance in terms of finances and things, because everyone's feeling the challenge in this. And we're disciples of Jesus, and we know that Jesus will guide us and will give us His wisdom and His help and provide. And so we keep trusting, even though we recognise how challenging and precarious it is, both personally for us and corporately as well. We've been very helped by the government furlough scheme in terms of being able to take advantage of that scheme to help us to keep our heads above water financially. And that's helped both on the church side and the CCS side of things in terms of staff. Of course, that's a challenge because at some point that runs out. We have to begin to think about what next. It's as with all things, it's easier to get into than it is to get out of. And so do pray and just be aware of this at this time. Be praying for us having to make decisions about how to respond to the movement out of what we've ended up in. And you know, this is tricky. We're going to have to make some very challenging decisions and difficult decisions, we think. And you know, I'm very thankful for our staff for being so patient and gracious in all this. It's really hard if you're someone who ends up on furlough, when you know you could be doing a job, you could be doing stuff, and yet you're not able to because you doing that might end up causing your business, your charity, your church such significant trouble that you know it could go under. So you know it's a very, very difficult thing. So I just pray blessing upon our furloughed staff and thank the Lord for the graciousness and that's been displayed amongst them. Let's keep praying. Please just be aware that as things unfold, as things develop, then I'll be informing you, I'll be giving you the information, and I'll be trying to share what's happening. I believe that the Lord is beginning to give us some ways forward, and I'll be sharing those soon. I'm feeling, though challenged, upbeat as well about where the Lord's leading in this. So bless you all. Have a great day, and I'll speak more to you soon.